What's up, guys? The 5550 with another video, and today I'm gonna start a couple of topic videos that I wanna that has to do related with gaming and stuff, and I'm gonna kind of wanna like get this out of my chest, because this is a topic that a lot of people are talking about in gaming, even though they're not talking about it right now, but they talk about it very recently, and it's about frames per second and all this the graphics and nonsense. So let's talk about that right now. Let's digest on that. Now, back in the day, you know me, I grew up in the Super Nintendo era, with Genesis and the 16-bit wars. I grew up with that, even though I played Nintendo and I grew up with Nintendo as well, but I really grew up more playing on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. And the years and years and years of playing these games, up to now, I finally believe that, I find these games like these games with very nice graphics look amazing, but I feel like these games, when it comes to like games, they're starting to feel more like of a realistic approach, and it's like taking less and less fun away from me. You know what I mean? Like now, like maybe a Call of Duty or Battlefield. Those games are good games. Don't get me wrong; they're awesome. You can just like do anything and shoot people and whatever, and it's awesome. But it's that at the same time they're trying to be too realistic. The look of it is too realistic, and the graphics today are amazing. Just that I'm not pleased with it because I grew up in an era where gaming was fun. We didn't care about graphics back then. It was just about you know putting the game, put it in the cartridge, power it up, and play. That's it. We played a lot of these great games. We played the Sonic, Sonic Hedgehog, and you know Mario Brothers 1, 2, 3, Mario Brothers World, Kirby Superstar, Castlevania, Super Castlevania 4, all these other Castlevanias for the NES, and Punch Out, these great titles, even in the PlayStation era, in the N64 where we play Mario 64, even though the graphics are gaining up there, it's still we didn't care too much about it. We still wanted to play the games and have fun with it. At least we was entertained. That's when the PlayStation started with like CGI graphics with the Final Fantasy 7 and Metal Gear Solid and all these other games. We will say, damn, that's amazing. It looks amazing, and they did a great job with the cutscenes and stuff. But at the end of the day, we play the games. So today, we got people arguing about this game isn't 60 frames per second, and the graphics are not all that, and this and that. And I'm like people, like, don't you realize that even though they're not 60 frames and all that stuff, you're at least still playing the game. At least it's not buggy. At least it's not glitchy. At least it plays pretty smooth. These people are just complaining about graphics and frames per second instead of gameplay and controls. And that really bothers me. And it bothers a lot of people. Like I said, back in the day, we had games that were there were some games out there that were really really bad. Some of the horrible games like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, like Highlight, like like Dark Castle and all these other niche titles. And people back then didn't even complain about that. I mean, look at in 1983 and 1984 where there was the video game crash. The market was down because back then those Atari games were horrible. Most of them were really bad, and a lot of people didn't care about those games anymore. And today we have people complaining about graphics, and gameplay. People, you should be happy that you're at least playing a game regardless. If it was 1983, I know you wouldn't care. But if it's 2015 and beyond, got people bitching about like graphics and and frames per second and ridiculous stuff like that. Come on, we're just here like us to play games, to have fun, to enjoy. You know, people are just complaining about stuff like that. Now when it comes to on the online aspect, where it comes to like chat and stuff, fine, I understand that for like Splatoon. Like Splatoon doesn't have like voice chat and all that stuff, and I can completely understand that because that really is a team-based game when it comes to Splatoon and these other titles. That I really understand, and those people have the right to complain. But people that complain about graphics and frames per second, that's ridiculous. That is totally, totally insane. Like insane in the membrane. But it's ridiculous that back then we didn't complain that stuff. We just played, had fun, beat the game, and go on to the next game. That's all we did. But anyway, let me know your thoughts below on this. I kind of want to touch on this topic. Graphics over gameplay. This is gonna be the name of the title. Graphics over gameplay. But this is ridiculous. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts below. This is a Duke 5550 signing up.